This meeting is being recorded.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Please, can we all mute our mics, please? Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Shap-Masterclass January edition. And I would like to introduce myself. Please, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. So I'd like to introduce myself. I am Nimotala Ali, the Digital Communications Lead at Shap. And we truly appreciate you all for joining us today. And we look forward to an engaging session. So we have our guest speaker here, Mr. Ali Yusheu, who is a highly experienced logistics professional and a member of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. He is currently the head of partnerships at Shap Technologies, a leading company in the last mile delivery industry in Nigeria. With over 5 years of experience in the logistics industry, Aliyu has a diverse background that includes work in maritime logistics. Yes. Sorry about that. Construction logistics and services. He has a deep understanding of the logistics sector and is able to bring a unique perspective to his role at Shap. Throughout his career, Aliyu has demonstrated a strong commitment to the logistics industry and has been recognized for his leadership and innovative approach to problem solving. He is a valuable asset to Shap and plays a critical role in the company's continued success. Today, Ali is going to be discussing with us on maximizing profitability through logistics, how to explore Shap API and SaaS platform to grow your business. So, Mr. Aliyu, thank you for joining the call.
Thank you very much, Nimot.
Okay. Are you able to share your screen, sir?
Yeah, I am trying to do that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, can you all see my screen?
It's loading.
All right, just give it a minute. It's coming up.
It's up already. It's up.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. Sorry, I will have to pause my video a little bit so that I'll have more concentration on what I'm trying to present to you guys today. And as Nimod presented me, my name is Aliyu Shehu, and I'm the head of partnerships with Shap Logistics. And our discussion today is going to be around maximizing profitability through logistics. And I'm going to take you guys through how to explore Shap API and SaaS to grow your businesses. So first and foremost, I will just go through what last mile delivery is, which I know most of us are already familiar with. But nevertheless, last mile delivery refers to the final leg of the delivery process from a transportation hub to the customer's doorstep. So most of us probably are familiar with normal delivery that you just call a guy, you need a food to be delivered to your home or your offices, and that's it. But there are more to that, because like if you look at logistics or transport and logistics holistically, you'll see that last mile delivery starts from the point of, let's say, manufacturing itself, because last mile delivery, let's say, can be moving raw material to the final to the manufacturing plant for that matter. So delivering to the manufacturing plant in this sense can be a last mile delivery, and that means you can use more than just bike. You can probably use a truck, you can use a van, you can use a lot of vehicles for last mile delivery. However, last mile delivery faces so many challenges in Nigeria, which mostly wrap around the cost of providing logistics services in the country. And high population density and limited infrastructure has added so much weight on the cost of logistics, and customers are actually always complaining on the prices, and businesses are having it difficult to see how they can increase their profitability and all. So, I know many people are probably asking themselves, what does API mean and what does SaaS platform means? So in a simple term, API is just an application programming interface, and a SaaS is software as a service platform. And all of these tools can be used to optimize last mile delivery processes. An API here allows different systems and applications to communicate and share data, enabling real-time tracking, route optimization, and other advanced features. And what this means is very, very simple. Let's just pick a typical example so that everyone is going to understand exactly what we mean by this API integration. Let's say you have a logistics business and I have a last mile delivery company. So where the API comes here is that as a last mile delivery, I can be the one to create the API. If I create my API, then I'm going to integrate it with your own e-commerce platform. So whenever your customer, in this sense, book a delivery or pay for an order, automatically the system is going to pick up a rider from me, and not just pick up a rider, it can route the rider on the best possible way to follow to deliver this thing, and it will manage the entire movement of the rider, the information, everything. So that's how the API works. And the SaaS platform provide a wide range of services from fleet management and dispatch to customer relations management and analytics on a subscription. So what this SaaS platform does is a little bit like the API, but there is a little bit of difference here. Let's say you have an e-commerce business, right? You are an e-vendor and you want to increase your sales. So what this SaaS means that Shap in this sense can provide you with an application, a white label application, which will carry your own name, your own brand, and your own products. And you will pay on subscription basis. So you will pay for the platform, that's software as a service, you will pay for it. And you will still have an API integration with, you can have an API integration with other platforms, other logistics platforms to carry out your delivery service, or you can even have an in-house delivery service in this sense and complete your orders. There are many examples of APIs and SaaS platform currently being used in last mile delivery, and I prepared some here, like the Google Map application, and we also have the Salesforce, and we have Fleetio, but we have more like on Fleet, we have like Shipsy, and most importantly, we have Shap-Shap. We have Shap-Shap. Hello, can you please mute yourself, Mr. Ben?
What's now?
All right. Is Mr. Ben listening? Mr. Ben, can you please mute yourself, please? Okay, let's just continue. I think Mr. Ben is distracted, and let's hope he did not distract our class. So most importantly, today we are going to talk on Shap-Shap deliveries and how it provides, the API and SaaS platform to enhance other businesses. Okay, just a little background on what Shap-Shap means and what the whole company is all about. Shap-Shap Delivery is a Nigerian-based company that provides last mile delivery services in Nigeria. But more than that, Shap-Shap also specialized in the development of SaaS and API platform for last mile delivery industry. And it was founded in 2018, and it focuses on addressing these specific challenges faced by last mile delivery, which includes routing, which include real-time tracking and optimization to improve the efficiency of delivery processes, and also customer relationship management and analytics to improve customer service and increase sales. And finally, I think fleet management and dispatch to improve the utilization of vehicle and drivers. So I'm going to take you a little bit of explanation what this means and what Shap-Shap is really trying to offer last mile delivery companies and e-commerce companies alike. So we have this thing called Shap business aspect of Shap-Shap, and what they do is that they provide you with customized e-commerce and last mile cloud-based technology. So let's say, for instance, now today we are having Abdul Mumin. Let's say Abdul Mumin here owns a pharmacy, and let's say Mr. Enoch also is here. He has, let's say, a grocery store, and I'm going to pick Mr. John, who has a restaurant. So what Shap-Shap is going to do for all of these people here is that the pharmacies and the grocery store and the restaurants, Shap-Shap can provide you with an e-commerce-like platform whereby your customers now can go on and buy pharmaceutical supplies or grocery items and food from your application, direct from your application. And that makes it very, very easy. Rather than, let's say, you picking calls here and there, and customers coming in, and you have to pick calls, you have to do this, you have to do that. Even tracking all these entries sometimes can be very, very difficult. So what SharpSharp is going to do for you here is that they are going to provide this platform for you. That is, if you are interested. Mr. Ojure, please, can you mute yourself?
Okay.
Thank you. So SharpSharp here are going to provide you with this platform. And that is if you are interested in SaaS platform. You just have your business, but you don't have an application. So SharpSharp are going to provide you with all this application based on your specification. How do you even want it to look like? What do you want to be doing there? All of those things. So after that, now, then we are going to process your orders. Whenever a customer now book a delivery from your platform, automatically now, if you have a SaaS application, you can have a private pool and a public pool. And what this private pool means is that you are going to have an in-house riders who are going to be onboarded on your platform, which is very, very nice. They are going to be onboarded on your own platform, and they are going to only provide delivery services for your own orders alone. No one elsewhere can use them. Only you can use them. And you will still have an API integration for public pool, whereby let's say you have 2 bikes for your restaurant, for instance, for Mr. John, he has a restaurant, and in a day, the minimum order, the average orders he gets every day, let's say, is around 100, and he has 5 bikes, and these 5 bikes can only fulfill 80 orders. So Mr. John now can always outsource his delivery activity to someone else. Just to give more example, let's say Mr. Paul is also here. Okay, let's say Mr. Paul now has his own 3PL company. So Mr. John can outsource his delivery, his 3PL from Paul. So Paul now will be able to fulfill these orders that his in-house riders in the private pool cannot fulfill. Where Mr. Paul is in public pool, so he can always get these orders and complete it for him, which is going to make the entire process for Mr. John very, very flexible and very, very smooth. So a more explanation on how this thing works. There is a plugin now, but I'm trying to explain what the SaaS application means in this form and what the API application means in this form. So if you want, Mr. John needs a SaaS application, and he needs a private pool and a public pool. And Mr. John, Mr. John can even give out his riders. Let's say on a Friday, Mr. John has low orders of, let's say, 20. That means most of his riders are going to be idle. So we have something that we call a public pool, which I'm going to get to it in the next slide, where Mr. John can put his riders on the public pool. Whenever they are not having too much to do, let's say on a Friday or Saturday, they can be on the public pool. And Mr. John can earn from these orders that they are going to fulfill outside, because he's already a pharmacist, and he has a pharmacy shop. He can always earn money from his pharmacy. Whoever buy drugs, you are going to pay him, and he will earn something out of it. But other than that, he can give out his riders to do other services, and he can earn more money by that. So we can always plug him in, through the API on the public pool. And for Mr. Paul, who has a logistics company, and he is mostly he's in the public pool because he's a logistics company. He offers his services now, so we can put Mr. Paul in a public pool. And what this means is that Mr. John can always get people like Mr. John and other people like Mr. Enoch and Abdul Mumin to route their orders to him, because he's a 3PL company, and he's going to go and fulfill him. So that's what one platform and multiple interface. So Mr. Paul can benefit from other people's orders. And don't forget, even Mr. Paul that is having a logistics company can have his own SaaS platform, whereby you can still go on Mr. Paul application and say, okay, Mr. Paul, I need you to deliver this thing from this end to this end for me as a logistics company. And it will help him monitor his entire transaction, his customer base, the orders he was able to fulfill, his revenue, all of those things. And he can be plugged in the public pool, as I explained before, that any other person can actually just click on Shap platform or any other platform and still get Mr. Paul to deliver his order. And this is how it works. You can monitor, and by monitoring now, it reduces costs on your pool of drive and monitor your resources. Monitoring in this aspect is that you can see the number of orders you are able to fulfill as a logistics company, and you can see the number of orders you can't be able to fulfill as a grocery store or pharmacy because of lack of, let's say, resources, the infrastructure, let's say the bikes, you don't have enough bikes to be able to make this thing for you. And finally, you will enjoy the flexibility of earning here and there. If you are having low orders from your own end, you can always give out your bikes to do other people's job. And again, if you're having too many orders that your bikes cannot fulfill, you can still give it out and earn something out of it rather than just letting the customer go because you cannot really fulfill from that end. So, and this is the ultimate game changer now. This is what Shap take as the ultimate game changer. So after putting all this SaaS application, Abdul Mumin has his own, Mr. Enoch has his own, and John also has his own, and Mr. Paul, as the logistics company, has his own company, all with their names. So this is the private pool and this is the public pool. The public pool in this sense is that Mr. Paul can decide to say, okay, I have 20 riders and my 20 riders are only going to pick up orders from my application alone. This is his own private pool. So no one can send orders to his own private riders because they are his own private riders. And Mr. Paul can decide to say, okay, he has an agreement with Mr. John. Okay, Mr. John needs 2 bikes from him. Okay, Mr. John needs this bike to be on his private pool. Mr. Paul can decide to say, okay, John, I'm going to give you my 2 bikes, and these 2 bikes are going to be on your private pool. Nobody can use it except John. John can only use it on his restaurant for his restaurant's delivery. So no one else can use this bike. So they won't have any distraction or any reason to tell him that, okay, we can't fulfill this order because we are having some orders from Paul, to fulfill. No, there's nothing like that. They are his own private riders given by Mr. Paul now. And the public pool is where everyone can actually earn money. And by anyone can actually earn money, what Shap means here is that Mr. John can decide to, let's say, his 2 riders that he hired from Mr. Paul, or in-house riders that he hired himself rather, cannot fulfill an order. He can give this order to the public riders who are going to help him fulfill these orders. Mr. Paul again can decide to say, okay, my riders are not doing anything much today. You guys can go to the public pool and go and fulfill some orders. And again, okay, sorry, I'm using and Mr. Ibrahim is here. Mr. Ibrahim, we can decide to use Mr. Ibrahim, and Mr. Ibrahim can be a Shap agent or his own agent. And what Mr. Ibrahim does is that he aggregates orders, and I'll say, okay, Ibrahim, I aggregate orders, and Shap, I need you to fulfill these orders for me. And he wants the orders to be on a public pool. So he will always send these orders, and people that are on the public pool, like Mr. Paul's extra 5 bikes that are on the public pool, can always go and make these deliveries. And sorry, maybe I'm trying to talk too fast. I'll try to slow down if. I hope I'm very audible and people are understanding what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. We heard you clearly, sir.
All right, thank you. So these are some of the sectors that we are engaged with. Shap, we help with verification. So if, let's say, you are a verification company, you verify people's addresses, Shap can help you do that. And Shap can still help you create an application that is going to do that for mobility, for grocery store, for home services like errands, for stores, parcel deliveries. And again, Shap has a wallet part whereby you can fund your wallet, you can just pay through your wallet and all of this. And so it's helped to control your financial statements. You know exactly what you make, you know who you send the money to and all of these things. And let's go into how to build this SaaS and API. So because I'm not really an expert in technology, I'll just take you through a normal step-by-step on how this thing goes. But I assure you, in Shap, we have our technology department who are able and capable of taking you through, like, in detail when you are ready for this SaaS and API integration. Okay. These are the processes that are involved in building an API or a SaaS. You have to define the requirement of the goal of the project. As I was indicating to you, if you need a SaaS application, we should know that you don't have an application at all, but you need an application. So that means you need a SaaS platform. But if you have an application and you are looking at how to optimize, the use of your application by getting more riders to complete your orders, or giving out your orders to someone else, or integrating with an e-commerce platform whereby this e-commerce platform are going to give you orders. However it is, you have to specify exactly what you want. Then identify the best platforms and technologies to meet these requirements. So based on what you want, Shap now will go back and see what technologies are best to be used for your own specification, then designing and developing the platform, including integration with existing systems, and testing and quality assurance. Of course, we'll have to try it for, let's say, a week or two for you to see exactly how this thing works and take you through how to use the system on your own, and then we can take it up from there. Then deployment and implementation after the pilot phase for trial, then we'll just implement it fully, and you guys can start, like Mr. John can begin running his company fully. Then training and support. Of course, Shap, as we are doing a masterclass right now, Shap offers its customers and clients this retraining and support system whereby we always organize these classes every month, and you can always get to our customer support center and link up whenever you are having any kind of trouble. All right, so I'm not just going to read through all of these things, because like I've already said most of what I want to say. But finally, last mile delivery is a critical and challenging aspect of logistics and supply chain management, particularly in urban cities like Lagos, like Port Harcourt, like Abuja, like Kano, and some emerging markets like Kaduna and probably Calabar and Mina also. So, and Shap now delivery now is going to help you to build all this SaaS application and API to help you optimize your businesses and increase your profit margin as a company. So thank you for listening and for being present today, and I can take questions from now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Aliu. Does anybody have any question for Mr. Aliu before we round up? Any question? Okay, since there's no question from anybody, and if you have any question later on, you can send us a DM on our social media platform, or send a mail to info@shapshap.com. And also, this video will be made available on our YouTube channel, so you can also go ahead to watch it. So in the absence of no questions, I think we can call it a day. Thank you all for joining. See you next month in the next edition of the Shap Masterclass. Thank you.